Hello and welcome to our baby garden at Ormskirk Hospital. My name's Martin and I'm part of the spiritual care team here at the hospital. And tonight is the Wave of Light ceremony. We're here not only to put together a ceremony for Baby Loss Awareness Week and the particular Wave of Light, but also an event that we hope anybody who has had a baby or child loss will find supportive. This year is the 20th anniversary of the Wave of Light, and the theme for the year is Stepping Stones, and along with colleagues from the hospital and with CRADLE, we've put together a little ceremony of poems and thoughts and readings, and as the evening gets darker, we'll also put a focus into lighting candles. We hope you'll be watching this on the hospital YouTube channel, and if you'd like to tag any of your baby's names into this production, then please do so in the comments box. I'm delighted to welcome people here, but I'm going to begin by offering a short reflection called Stepping Stones. I wrote this reflection called Stepping Stones some years ago. It was reflecting on grief being a journey without an end. You can't get through grief by thinking one day I'll get over it. It's about learning to live in a new context, and Stepping Stones is perhaps a wonderful way of looking at it, one little achievement at a time, though there can't be a time scale on it. Personally, I've got a head for heights. I don't mind heights, I don't mind going on roofs or climbing mountains, but stepping stones fill me with fear. I think it goes back to a childhood experience when I was crossing a river and fell in and got absolutely frozen, but I think the worst of it all was everybody was laughing at me at the time. And looking back on that experience, I wrote these words. Sometimes on a journey, to get where you need to be, you have to cross on stepping stones. On a good day, when you're filled with confidence, they can seem easy. You stride across without a second's thought. Every little slip and slightly wet boot and gaiters are of little consequence and bring a smile. On other days, when confidence is low and it's cold and cloud is all around, sometimes you can't function. One step simply won't go in front of another. The longer you stand and look at the stones, the harder it is. In a few moments you can freeze with what in the past you might have called irrational fear. In those moments, the usual welcome encouragement of others only enforces your own lack of ability to do the seemingly small things. Sometimes, by a sheer act of determination, small steps taken in your own time and occasionally with the help of others get you there. Other times you simply have to turn around, retrace your steps and find a new way of crossing. Either way, be assured this is how you can find hope for the future, and this is how, in the end, life can be lived in its new context. And now colleagues are going to share some words, some poems, some readings and some of the resources from the Baby Loss Awareness website.
Hello, my name's Carol and this is Richard's story taken from the Baby Loss Awareness website. I often think of grief as a river to cross. Since the stillbirth of my twins, I have been following up my own stepping stones, seeing which ones can still support me and which ones are now slippery and treacherous. My stepping stones may be different from yours. What I can nimbly skip across with ease may be something that makes you slip or stumble. When supporting other bereaved parents, I always make it clear that what works for me may not work for you. The only way to find out what works is to try it for yourself. And in doing so, you may find your own stepping stones. And in time, those stones may help someone else find their way. This is how we cross the river. What lies on the other side is not acceptance, but a place where we can live with our grief rather than fighting it or denying it.
Hi, I'm Jo. I'm the lead bereavement midwife here at Ormskirk Hospital, and I'm going to read a reading called Angel of My Tears. How do you love a person who never got to be, or try to envision a face you never got to see? How do you mourn the death of one who never got to live, when there's nothing to feel good about and nothing to forgive. I love you, my little baby, my companion of the night, wandering through my lonely hours, beautiful and bright. What does it mean to die before you were ever born? To live the lovely night of life and never see the dawn. Oh, my little baby, you lived like anyone. Life's a burst of joy and pain, and then, like yours, it's done. I love you, my little baby, just as if you'd lived for years. No more, no less, I think of you, the angel of my tears.
Hello, my name is Kate. I'm going to read an excerpt from a piece written by Jessica Watson, A Stone in Your Pocket. When you walk, the stone brushes against your skin. You feel it, you always feel it. But depending on the way you stand or move, the smooth edges may barely graze your body. Sometimes you lean the wrong way or turn too quickly and a sharp edge pokes you. You have to keep going because not everybody knows about your stone, or if they do, they don't realise it can still bring this much pain. There are days you are simply happy now and aren't sure whether you should be laughing still. The stone still hurts. Once in a while you can't take your hands off that stone. But most days you can take your hand in and out of your pocket, feel your stone, and even smile at its unwavering presence. Some days you want to show the world what a beautiful memory you're holding. But most days you twirl it through your fingers, smile, and hope you are living in a way that honours the missing piece you carry.
Of course, the focus of the wave of light is the lighting of public buildings in purple, the combination of both blue and pink. Last year here in our baby garden, we had our new floodlights that had been donated by Lumidex, and we lit them for the first time. They've been lit during our ceremony tonight, and they're lighting both Ormskirk Hospital from the baby garden and Southwood Hospital from the Garden of Reflection. As part of the significance of light, which is a sign of hope, in a moment those of us who are gathered are going to light these tea lights and place them around the garden. We would also invite you to think about little ways that you can remember loved ones to you, recording their names on this broadcast, having a little area in your home or your garden where you remember, or having a candle lit at 7 o'clock on the 15th of October. Of course, some of these things you may already do. You may have things that are personal to you, but they all highlight how significant remembering is. And so together, we light our tea lights. And we place them around our baby garden of remembrance here. As we have placed each of these tea lights, they represent light and hope and remembrance, and we hope you feel it encompasses all those that we're remembering as part of our ceremony tonight. I'm now going to invite Louise and Nikki from Cradle to come and share some words.
Hello, my name's Louise.
And I'm Nikki.
And we're from Cradle Charity. Cradle Charity is working with the NHS across the UK to provide lots of support to anyone affected by pregnancy loss. And CRADLE actually started here at this hospital when myself and Nikki both experienced ectopic pregnancies and were treated here and cared for here. So as a charity, we just wanted to let you know that we are here for you if you or anyone that you know needs support.
Every week I run CRADLE Connected, so if anyone wants to talk to other people who have gone through similar situations, then you can book a place on the CRADLE website.
And that's our weekly support group. I'm going to read a short poem. Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day, unseen, unheard, but always near. Still loved, still missed, and very dear.
I'm Wendy, and I'm going to do a reading by Kaylee Screever called Stepping Stones. Just a little piece of hope in the middle of the rushing water. Look for the next, take a step, move on further. Don't become discouraged if the next is hard to find. Sometimes you just need to take a rest and stay a little behind. Just plant your feet, rest your back, and soon you'll be able to move on and get back on track.
Hello, my name's Jan. I'm part of the spiritual care team at the hospitals. I just want to take a minute to think about that line from the poem that Wendy read by Kaylee. Kaylee describes stepping stones as just a little piece of hope in the middle of the rushing water. I know that all of you out there have become members of a club that you would not choose to belong to, but nevertheless you are part of that baby loss community. And what a community it is. Such a piece of hope in the middle of the rushing water. This year I've taken part in the ribbon run organised by the stillbirth and neonatal death charity SANS. And I have, by default, become part of that community. There is such a lot of support out there if you have become part of this club that you don't want to belong to. Their contact details will appear at the end of this video. I hope they will become for you a small piece of hope in the middle of the rushing water. This next piece that we're going to hear talks about love that never wears out. That love that you have for your babies will never fade. It will last through all eternity. It's from a children's storybook called No Matter What. Does love wear out, said Small. Does it break or bend? Can you fix it, stick it, does it mend? Oh help, said Large, I'm not that clever. I just know I'll love you forever. Small said, but what about when you're dead and gone? Would you love me then? Does love go on? Large held Small snug as they looked out at the night, at the moon in the dark and the stars shining bright. Small, look at the stars, how they shine and glow. But some of those stars died a long time ago. Still they shine in the evening skies. Love, like starlight, never dies. Before our final reading this evening, I'd just like to say a few thank yous. Thank you to everybody who has taken part this evening, and to you for tuning in. Stay strong.
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm one of the Rainbow Midwives at Ormskirk, and I'm going to read a poem this evening called The Heavy Stone. My grief was a heavy stone, rough and sharp. Grasping to pick it up, my hands were cut. Afraid to let it go, I carried it. While I had my grief, you were not lost. The rain of my tears smoothed it. The wind of my rage weathered it, making it round and small. The cuts in my hands have healed. Now in my palm it rests. Sometimes beautiful, sometimes almost you.